Bit fields provide the ability to pack multiple values into less space than they would normally take. Here I have a working copy of bitfields.cpp from chapter 5 of the exercise files. I'm going to go ahead and build this and run it, and you can see the results here. I have this structure, and you notice that this structure looks a little different than some structures you've seen before. Each of these items in this structure, they have a colon and a number, and that number is the number of bits that value will take up in the structure. And so these are ordered and packed in a certain way, actually depending on the architecture, and we'll get to that in a moment. So you'll notice here in main, I'm able to use these bit fields just as I would any other structure member. And we see the results down here. So we have structure members that are Boolean and are taking up 1 bit, and an unsigned integer that's taking up just 4 bits. And so obviously the range of that unsigned integer will be what can be described in 4 bits. And you'll see down here, I'm using that value just as I would here, a number of children equals 3, and printing it out, and Homer has 3 children. So I'm using this just as I would any other structure members. Also notice here that I have size of int times 8 and size of Homer times 8. And you see that both of these are showing 32 bits on this machine. If you're testing it on a PC, I tested it on a PC, and the size of Homer came out as 64 bits. So be aware that the language does not guarantee any particular bit ordering or any particular byte packing or any particular data alignment. And so all of that is actually determined by the architecture of the target machine and by the architecture of the compiler. So how your data is actually stored in memory is highly dependent upon these other factors, and it will not be consistent across systems. So this becomes an issue if you store packed data in a file and then expect to read it on a different machine. So it's also worth noting that bit fields can be a source of trouble in concurrent or threaded programming because all of the bits in a unit must be read and written at the same time. So this is how bit fields work. This is some of their limitations, and we'll go ahead and delete our working copy here and run clean to get ready for the next lesson.